What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an all-new ADSR live stream here on a Wednesday. As usual, I'm here hanging out with you all. My name is Taetro. If you don't know me, I'm a beat maker, music producer, educator, all that good stuff. And I'm here every Wednesday on the ADSR channel, having a good time, making some music. Sometimes on this stream, we actually review music from the community. So if you want to be a part of that community, make sure you are in our Discord, which I'm sure is linked down below. You know, we take on a production challenge every couple weeks and give away cool plugins, which we will be doing next week. So if you want to get in on that, there's still time to join next week's production challenge. I would love to hear all of your entries, basically people converting their Halloween costumes into a track. So I can't wait to hear those. Festive time of year. So please join the Discord if you haven't yet. Take on the challenge. And, you know, we do the challenges. Then I'll also just do reactions and give feedback to people's music as well. But another thing that we also do on Wednesdays is take on different genres. Sometimes genres that I'm not too familiar with, that I don't normally produce. Some of you know me probably mostly for lo-fi beats, chill hop, things like that. Some trap beats here and there. Today we're taking on K-pop. K-pop, which I'm so excited about because I'm a big K-pop fan. I love K-pop. If you don't know, pop music from Korea, aka K-pop. I would love to know if some of you in chat are listening to K-pop, or if you are K-pop stans, you like certain groups, or if you've heard a song or two here, or maybe if you're completely unfamiliar, that's fine. I think it's going to be fun. I really love the genre. I love Blackpink, Twice. There's a lot of amazing groups out there. Many people probably in the States have probably heard of BTS. They're probably one of the biggest known in the US. Nonetheless, before we get into it, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, Amir? What's going on? MB Beckham, nice to see you. S&D King. Tateshi, hello. Welcome, my friend. How are you? Bryant, thank you for being here. Pendolce, Drunk Bishop. A lot of friends in the chat tonight. Gabriel, hello. Welcome. Frankie Elliott, Amelia S. in the chat. Powerhouse Producers here. My mom is in the chat. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Peace and love. Thank y'all for being here. Michael G is being sneaky in the chat. We like to see that. Oh, Tateshi says BTS, Blackpink, Stray Kids. Yeah. I'm a big Blackpink stan. Got my Akai and PK Mini here. You guys have seen me use the MPK Mini a lot, but maybe you haven't noticed. Of course, we got Star Wars and Blade Runner stickers, but these are actually the 4 members of Blackpink. I have my light stick. Oh, the sound isn't on. That's better. A Twice sticker. Lisa's solo just came out. It's just what I could pull together. And my rosé pullover. So what do you want from me? Peace and love, Ninsal Kong. Peace and love. Ending message, never stop learning. Yes. My girlfriend makes me listen to it. I like some songs. Nice, Pendle say. I'll say one of the amazing things, Joseph introduced me to K-pop maybe a little over a year ago. And the songs are so unbelievably catchy, despite the fact that they're in a language that I don't know. But what really, really kept me in and drew me in was just the fire production on some of these tracks. Like I said, I'm a huge Blackpink fan, and their producer, they have a few producers now, but they're on the label YG. One of the main producers on that label is Teddy Park. He's a great producer. Very, very, very cool. He used to be in a group himself, and a lot of the tracks that they come up with over there at YG are fire. So all this to say, we're going to get into making music in 1 second. Just disclaimer here that K-pop is a very broad genre. It existed well before I knew anything about it. It existed well before the trends of today. And I'm not saying that I'm making the catch-all, this is the definitive K-pop by any means. No. I'm making like a small attempt at making a certain kind of genre sound-alike version of K-pop. I'm going to be taking on more of like a harder hitting sort of trap style K-pop, similar to a Blackpink or something like that. And there are other styles of that too. I guess every group sort of ends up having a concept, right? There's like the badass vibe, or like there's the sweet girl next door vibe, and those tend to have like more of a candy pop feel. Some have even more of a tropical feel. So it's like very, very broad. And I definitely recommend you just check out a couple groups and like go in and figure out, all right, what makes each of these groups differently, or take on a specific a label even, whether it's YG, JYP or something. And Teddy has a great interview in the Blackpink documentary on Netflix. I recommend you check it out if you don't know anything about like K-pop or Blackpink. He says like, what even is K-pop? It's just like, we're Korean and we're making pop music. Like what makes it different? And like, for sure, like I see where he's coming from with that. Oh, to anyone, Crayon Pop, I Heart K-pop, no pressure. Interesting. 21. I don't know why I said to anyone. Gosh. But yeah, cool. Yeah, so that's just big disclaimer. I'm just a white dude in the United States. I'm going to try to emulate a sound of K-pop that I really like. It's not the end all be all. If you want to see like a real K-pop producer, you should tune into tomorrow's show, because Alina Smith produced like a huge K-pop track by Itzy. She made the beat for Mafia in the Morning. So check that out with Alina. I'm going to do my best. Oh, 7 days. I am Korean. And I say, oh, welcome. All right, so that was a lot of talking. If you have questions as we go, I'm going to kind of talk through my process, but as usual, ask questions. I'm happy to take them as we go. There's a certain distinctness about K-pop. I think some things to take into consideration if you are going to take on the genre. One being that dance is very important. Let's kill that background music. Dance is very important part of K-pop, I would say. Choreography in general. It's kind of a feature of the groups. Choreography, rapping. We see sections of the song go from very, very hard hitting to very, very more mellow pop, and then escalate back into the hard hitting like drops and hooks and things like that. So that's the kind of style I'm going to emulate today. I think 170 is fine for now. I'm going to use an array of different sounds. One that I want to start with is from Tape Piano 2, which I think we're actually giving away as part of the sample or the production challenge next week. So if you see this and you like this, it's available on the store, but you can also win it by participating in the challenge. So I'm going to come up with something minory, something darker. Again, we're going for the darker, hard-hitting vibe here. And, oh, hello. I just thought this was a really unique sound. Let me get that metronome going. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so again, just something easy and sort of trap-like to start out here. I think that's a fine start. I might want to alter it a little bit, but let me start with that riff. And we're just going to try to work as fast as possible because I want to get through a whole track. Well, as much of a whole track as we possibly can today. I capture MIDI'd that, so I hope it caught something good. Yeah, it came close. It came close. But let me see. Run that back. Yep, and let's get that on beat 1. And we should have a 4-bar loop here. I'm going to sweep some lows out of this. I might even make it. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I got to get that note happening right on the 1 though. What's going on there? I guess I'll just loop it and see what happens. All right, so cool. We have like an initial loop here that's probably just going to be the backbone. I want to layer that same melody though, so we have something backing it. And I'm going to use some Serum presets today from a pack called Like This by Ghost Project. It's on the ADSR store. It's kind of like a Blackpink inspired collection of sounds, samples, presets, etc. So there's some ARPs and some leads and stuff. I just want to quickly see what it sounds like if I do layer this. gonna have a little more fun with this melody. I know it kind of sounds basic and dry right now, but oh, the Natan showed up. I think that's fine with the upper octave, but I don't know if I love the sound. So let me just try a couple more presets. Okay, hold on. I don't trust Serum anymore. I don't know why I did that, but let's try that again and open up another preset. Serum's been acting very, very strange lately. I don't know if it's M1 issue or just something with how my samples are stored, maybe? Who knows? All right, it does seem like that. I'm going to have to bounce that audio because that first melody doesn't come in right on one. Let's get that up an octave. Serum will take your internet down for sure. Yes, exactly. Watch out for that. Pluck. Let me try a different pluck. Synthy Kalimba. Good. I'm just going to retime that. That seems like it comes in a little quick, and that is the sound that I want to use. Excellent. I'm going to freeze this, flatten it, and that is just what we'll work with for now on that. Freeze that, flatten that, and we'll probably grab the second half of it. Like I said, the whole point of this is we're going to take this and turn it into like something more hard-hitting and trap. But I just wanted a melody to start with because it does have those catchy. And I almost like that. I had to go to audio for that. I'll probably chop it up a little bit more too. The theme is good. Thank you, 7 Days. I appreciate that from a K-pop stan. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah, the Natan in chat, makers of tape piano too, by the way. Awesome. So my whole plan for this is to just make a bit of an intro here. And if we are doing something hard hitting, I'm going to filter this. And we're going to get some drums going because I already hear like a bit of a clap there. This is officially going to be our intro. So let's see where we can take this. Let's get some snares. That's a good clap right there, a little snare clap. And let's just do that on the downbeat starting here. Good, I'm going to just totally take out some lows of that though. We don't need all that. Oh, the sound of a clock. That would be good. I don't even know if I have a clock sample though. No, this is not going to be. That's not a clock. Yeah, but that's a good suggestion nonetheless. Thank you for that. Keep them coming. If I can execute some good ideas, I for sure will. So for now, I'm just doing this basic clap build up here. We'll obviously put a riser. And this hard-hitting style generally includes some type of brass. And I'm going to want to do something that's not exactly the same as the melody, but I'm going to want to do something that goes along with it, kind of maybe complements it. Yeah, so right from there, and actually let me show you, because this is from Contact. I have a couple different articulations that I can use. Forte piano, like hard hitting basically, and then comes back down to soft. Sforzando, it's supposed to like blast you in the face. And sustain is just your typical sustained note. So if I want a little hard hitting emphasis, I can do that. If I want short notes, I can do staccato. And I'm not sure what I want yet, but I'm going to have this come in. And I might even want to layer it and have some sustained and some not. But let's just do the part where the clap comes in. So in this case, do I choose sustain and just do a hard velocity? Maybe. Let me just lay that down so we have it. And if I want to do like a more rhythmic punchy thing, I'll layer this and add a different articulation. And we're going to switch things up. I think one of the things that after this intro, one of the things that I really love about K-pop production is the way a lot of the songs tend to just switch on a dime. And it works so well every time it's executed. Like it goes from like a very hard-hitting brassy intro or hook to a more mellow kind of pop thing. So we're going to kind of draw things back for the verse that we're coming into right now. I'm just kind of trying to create a sonic world here. And like I said, I'm going to maybe layer these brass with sforzando or staccato notes. So let's get something going like that. You see how that's already coming together? Here we go. It would be good if we could end there. And then we'll end on the downbeat there. I feel like I'm so close. I don't want to keep blasting your ears with brass, but I think I'm ready for this melody here. Something like that. It's kind of cheesy a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can make it work. Let's record it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Close enough. I want to just keep things moving. And if we can improve things as we go, then we certainly will. And I know I flubbed a note there, but I can fix that in post. Thank you, JML, for the words of encouragement. Man, Ableton bothers me sometimes. Cool. Fine. All well and good. The only other thing I'm going to do, though, is put this up an octave as well, because I wanted to layer it, but I was trying to be careful with my playing, so I didn't do that while I was playing. Nonetheless. Oh, and actually, maybe I want it to be an octave below instead. Let's do that. I'm just going to highlight these notes. Shift down, shift down. Good. Yeah, just keep a lower, darker sound. And obviously more needs to happen with this section here. Like we definitely need some effects rises and stuff. So let's go grab those from the pack and let's see what we have to actually work with here. Effects. I mean, I'm just going to start layering some of these in. I won't be too picky. It's risers and risers, downlifters, etc. Like we could have a big explosion there, right? Just gonna be fast with it. Fast, fast, fast. What's up, SDK? Welcome to the stream. That's fine. I mean, do we need that big of an impact? Let's see. Something I want the low end for. I think I do want that. And then I'll need one more riser. And I think what I can do is take this because I want something that is pretty white noise-ish and go like that. All right, so this is gonna serve as our intro. We've got a little bit of a start here. I think we could do something a little fancier with the drums. And the reason I'm spending so much time on this is just because it's a little more, I'm not gonna say it's a little more fun, but it's a little more involved than something like our verse is gonna be. So it's like making fills and like having things happen over time. It's a good encapsulation of like what we're going to have to do going forward to other sections. Cause like sound design and little fills and things like that are all over the place in K-pop. It's really meticulous production style. I'm just going to do a little snare fill on the back half here. Get that on the right line. I'm gonna need 16ths. And we'll just do like that. Cool. All right. This snare is very K-pop like. Oh, thanks. Glad I picked a good one. But yeah, this is from a K-pop inspired pack. So that makes sense. Nice. All right. I'm just thinking if there's anything. Okay. First verse. All right, we don't need that brass there, obviously. I will probably continue through with that synth sound. And for this, I probably want to do something where I go just super stark. So let me actually find a drum loop from this to speed our process along a little bit, where I can just kind of grab a certain groove. These are obviously in different tempos, but I just want to see if I can find something that fits. I can totally switch up. That's why I'm more keen to grab a loop, because I want to do something that I wouldn't naturally do, something that is a little bit random, but also works. That's a little bit too pushing the tempo. I am going to look for top loops. Could be that. Maybe. Not like that. Ah, I see. Let me warp this properly. LOL. Let me just do that. And shorten the sound. That's all I wanted, was a little groove there. What is up, Envy Beckham? We are in the midst of making some K-pop. We are hitting like the first verse. China just totally switched things up for the verse coming in here. And let's actually just start with drums, because I think the synth is going to be relatively easy. And we'll probably drop some 808s after I do the normal percussion here. These are nice kicks. They kind of smash. I don't know which one I want. That one's got a little hi-hat in the background, which is pretty cool. All right, and let's do something like a little bit of a delayed intro where I'll come in with a proper backbeat after the first 2 bars. Yeah, something like that. Put that here. All right, let's get a snare to do a backbeat. A lot of these are like, oh, I kind of like how wooden that is. Good. I need that to happen twice as often though. So let me do that properly, bar by bar. Should work. Peace from France. What's up, my friend? Peace to you, my friend. I hope you're having a good time over in France. I've been saying more and more that I want to visit France before the pandemic, before the, you know, this big situation that we're all in. I was supposed to go to France and it got canceled, but you know, we're all connected here on the internet anyway, right? Boom, boom. I'm just going to try to get a little balance going here. Ba-boom, cut. All right, so like I said, a little bit of a delayed start here. I don't want the proper backbeat to come in until here. Oh, I actually want this to be a pickup instead. Let's do this. Nice. All right, cool. And we are missing kind of one snare there, but we'll get that going there. All right, so that's a basic backbeat, right? What I'm going to do here is actually make a duplicate of this synth, because I'm going to want to EQ it and stuff differently, but I'm also going to want to make sure that nothing hangs over from the previous section, the intro. I'm just going to make sure I mute it and turn it off. Automation, highlight this section, and go off. And we're in like we're in G minor. So what I'm going to want to do here is probably, I'm going to delete that automation. I'm going to go ahead and play a simpler riff in G minor. Let me go ahead and, I might even want to go drier, but I took that reverb off that preset just so I could have more control over it. I just want to try something minimal like that. So let's give it a shot. I might fancy it up with some delay. Well, let's just see what we've got going. 2, 3, 4. Simple, very simple. Let me go ahead and quantize this. And boom. Guess my dad stopped in the chat. Hello, hello. Please just play that on the downbeat. I'm begging you. Good. And like I said, a little bit of delay to add a little more groove to this otherwise just very straightforward rhythm. We're going to add some 808s next as well. I don't know if I'm totally in love with how this beat is coming out, but I'm confident that I can get it to a place. I'm going to put this before the delay, by the way. JML says, I love it. I thank you for that encouragement. All right, cool. Right there, I'm going to put a big echoey clap. The thing about this is I'm noticing this about myself as I work through this track. When I usually would make a track, I start with a simple musical idea and kind of work through and then add bells and whistles. And that really works for me when I'm doing like lo-fi and the other genres that I work in. But what I find in doing this is that so much of K-pop comes down to the moment-to-moment action of the actual track. And that is making me approach the beat making process differently. I'm thinking more in how these sections switch between each other. Good, and that's going to be a big reverby thing right there. I like how that reverse turned out though. That sounded cool. Big reverby clap. Doesn't have to have so much crunchy high end in it. Nice. And I'm going to pull back on that sound a little bit. And I think I want this to totally cut off on that downbeat, but I can't be certain. So let me just try it. Nice. The drums are overall a little bit too loud. And I think I definitely want to bring this down more. Too loud. Okay. Yes. 808s. I keep saying 808s this, 808s that. Yes. Let's get some freaking 808s in here. So I already mentioned that there's definitely choreography. Usually what happens in all these groups, they have different... the multiple members have different specialties, right? There'll be a dancer, there'll be a rapper, there'll be like lead vocal. So that often has an effect on the type of arrangement and the type of song that you do. There's usually room somewhere for somebody to belt something out really amazingly, and there's usually room for somewhere to rap. There's usually a hook with a dance break that can feature that choreography we talked about, you know? But yeah, let's get the 808s in here and see what we can do. And let me glide it up. Let's glide. I'm using Saucy 808 here. And let's just try it out. I almost wanted, that was a mistake, but I almost want to do that. Maybe like that. I don't know if I love what I was doing with the little So with this kind of line, sorry, I'll show you my screen. It's kind of tricky to quantize because I want these things to be hitting on the downbeat. I want it to still have its feel, but I don't, but these little scooped notes are important. So I want to make sure I maintain those. So when I'm quantizing, I'm just going in and making sure. That wasn't too bad. Do that quickly. I think that little boom, boom, I kind of like that. Some Korean lyrics. There's actually a Korean native speaker in my apartment right now. And Joe speaks Korean as well. All right, cool. So coming off the intro, I know that there's something I have to do, which is mute this brass. And I just want to give a quick listen to how this is sounding coming out of that intro. So we'll listen back from there, and then we'll move on to the next portion, which if we can at least do into a pre-chorus from here, that would be great because I want to switch the genre up even more than it already has been switched. So here we go, as a quick intro. It's a little, actually, we can't cut off the brass like that, I don't think. I think we have to smack the brass in the face right on that downbeat instead of having it just end. So, take back what I said there. It needs that last brass hit on the ends. And we'll do that with the staccato ones. It's not going to be that hard to just record this. Would a cymbal help? Maybe, but what I do want is that abrupt stop. I don't think I want the crash there, but there might be room for a crash in a bit. 2, 2, 3, 4. That's all I wanted to do. There's a more advanced brass line that could be happening here, but I'm almost thinking too that the tempo could probably be picked up a little bit. So this verse we're going to extend to be twice as long. Oh, but hold on, let me do that a smarter way. Yes, the verse can be twice as long. We're going to do this. So we don't have that random gap that we did at the top of the verse. The only thing I'll change about that is I'll completely duplicate that. Are you making a video beat making with the new SP44 Mark II on ADSR TV? Maybe that's something we could do on a future stream. I do have the new 44 Mark II. I love and don't love having gear in advance because I get so nervous about using it and spilling the beans that it's just like anxiety inducing. But that would be fun. All right, user library, no sample packs. Yes. Go back into our pack like this. And let's see, we have perk. Oh gosh. I want something not quite like that. Yes, something open hi-hatty. That's fine. I can adjust that to make it work. I'm going to do like little offbeat things for the other half of this. I'm going to probably move on from this section right after this, even though it's kind of still lacking, just to get to doing one more section before we have to go. So let me pull that back. Where are we? Yeah, I just want to do this on the offbeat to give me a little head bob. Like this. Like that, like that. All right, cool. And now let's just duplicate that across for now. Again, the magic, a lot of the magic of K-pop is in those transitions between the sections. And I almost wonder, let me see if I can grab this delay and throw a little delay on this. What's this gonna sound like? It's close. There's a little bit more of a bounce to it. Okay, that's fine. So that's into a verse. This is really, really, I cannot stress this enough, a rough sketch of what I would like this song to be, because there's some in-depth stuff that needs to happen to make this work. And we're about to transition into a new section, which would essentially be a pre-chorus, right? So let's grab some effects. Let's kind of work this transition a little bit in the most basic way possible. Really just gonna throw in some risers here and maybe do a little something like this. And then put something like that in there. I probably want to wash this in a lot of reverb. Let me, in fact, just grab a reverb to have on this track for now. I want it to be a big explosion. And we're going to switch to, or at least I'm going to try to switch to something that's more of a minor key. More of a major key tonality, which we see a lot in K-pop. We see that switch from a harder hitting trap thing to a more uplifting pop thing, and then it'll switch back to the hard drop. So let's see if we can execute that. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little quick rhythmic thing and see if we can make this transition a little more interesting and go to the new section. Good, and right there, I'm gonna wanna do that big snare. Let me go ahead and grab this again. Just being lazy here for the sake of moving fast and getting to that next section. Go ahead and paste this back in. Good. I basically want everything to stop here. And we're going to follow the kick. Yeah, just like that. Ba 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 ga tung 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 da da ba 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 da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 beats at the end there. Quick ones. There we go. It's one of those instances where I can kind of hear it in my head. Discord link just dropped in the chat, so please make sure, if you are not yet, you join that Discord so you can be part of our production challenges. Next week, I'll be reviewing everybody's entries. You have a chance to win cool plugins, so I cannot recommend it enough. All right. Okay. We have made it to what would amount to be a pre-chorus. And we put a little riser there, or a little downlifter. And the only thing I'm going to do is just set myself up for success and grab this riser that we already used. I'm going to make my grid smaller. I'm going to put this riser here. So we're already building up. I already know the length of the section is pretty much going to be, twice this. And so I'm just setting these risers up. Why is that so hard? And now we will switch up into something more major sounding, as I've been alluding to this entire time. So I just duplicated that serum thing because now I'm going to want to try to find like a keyboard preset, synth preset that will fit this well. We'll probably start on a 4 chord and then build up from there. What are these chords? Not like that. That's a harder sound. Good, but I think this has some highs rolled off. Also has that ping pong delay on there, which we don't need yet, but maybe we'll want to use. We're coming off the section and it's gonna go like, I'm gonna throw my metronome on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Basic chord progression there. And this is not the kind of sound that I was looking for, actually. I was looking for, probably more of a pad. I'm not gonna do super sweet chords like that, but yeah, good. Something with a little more attack will work, but we're close. I think I know what I'm going to play. Not that. That's not exactly what I was going for, but I'm going to see if I can make this bounce work. I can for sure make this work. So I'm going to lay this down as just a basic backbone and then build it up from there. 2, 2, 3, 4. Close, but I do want to resolve to the 1, so very close. Good. That was close as I'm going to get it at the moment. That back half was better than I expected it to be. Better than the first half, I should say. So let's lay that down right there. I need that first hit to be on 1. Please, live, I'm begging you. All right, other plan here to build this up and make this even bigger. Duplicate that. Let's maybe throw in arpeggiator on it and see if we can have da 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 da. Not like that. Chord trigger. We were making something different there for a minute. All right, let's blast that up. This isn't perfect sounding, but I'm getting there. Good, and I'm just gonna fix that little lump that happened there. Good, and to duplicate serum one more time, as if we're not playing with fire enough, duplicate not what I wanted to just do. But I'm going to go ahead and use an actual like a default preset or like a stock preset and find the hyper saw. And I don't want to arpeggiate it. This is already sounding a little too sweet. And that kind of sounds trash at the moment. Let's fix that. There we go. Yeah, if we build this up over time, we will have something. We'll have something, that's for sure. Actually, to make this easier on myself, I'm not going to hold the chords down like that, but I'll fix it later. All right, that was messy, but we're moving fast here, and I will fix it, I promise. Okay, I hope I can make these all legato easily, please. Also, should have used a bigger keyboard today. All right, very close to making them all legato. Yeah, okay. That gave me an idea. What's up, The Manifesto? How are you? Yep. All right, I'm just going to build that filter up. It's not quite going in the direction I want it to go, but what can I say? Cool. Yeah, I think we just need a little bit something else. One more thing, one more element, and then we lump it back into that trap hook, which what happens here is you forget we're even working on like some kind of trap hook or something. It feels like a different song almost at times. Let me go back and check one of these pads. If not, I might dip into a different preset pack. Something more poppy. Something more like Western pop. I think this section probably has to be twice as long as it currently is, but if I do this little sweet melody on top, I think it's helping add to the atmospherics. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there we go. Little melody on top, sweet melody there. I honestly don't know if the hyper saw was the way to go there. I don't know if that was the way to go either, but I like it better than the hypersaw. It sounds a little bit different. It sounds a little dreamier. And what would happen if I put the arpeggiator on here and do chord trigger? Or just a straight up arpeggio? No. All right, I'm abandoning that idea. Sorry, just wanted to try it. All right, one quick thing. If you are like interested in actually watching somebody who knows what they're doing with this genre, there is a great tutorial out there with the producer of the song How You Like That by Blackpink. The producer's name is 24, and he kind of walks through the whole production of it, and it's really, really inspiring and a good watch. So I definitely recommend you look that up. It's on like that Deconstructed series, I think. How You Like That. That's what you're looking for. How You Like That by Prod by 24. I'm going to resample this for a moment. Because the reason I brought that up was because one of the things they did in that song was take the keyboard chords and like reverse them. Cool. And I'm probably going to introduce the brass again as well. You hear this? Good. So now, if what you see here, if everywhere I go that I see a chord, I hit this button and I'm cropping every time. Let me know if you all do this in your productions. So I'm cropping everywhere I see a new chord. I'm using the MIDI track above it to guide me. I realized I was a little sloppy and didn't let the recording finish out, but we will survive. What I can do now, let me see actually if this works. I'm pretty sure it works this way. If I select them all and I hit crop, these will now each be their own individual sound clips instead of being like just shortened versions of the longer one. And then I think I can do this in bulk as well. No, I cannot. But now I can hit reverse on each of these. So let me go ahead and try that. Each of these is going to get a little reverse. Man, I wish you could do that in bulk on each one. So let me know if there's an easier way to do this, but who can say? It does not appear to be. So now we'll have chords coming down and swells coming up. And by the way, Alina Smith, who streams on this channel on Thursdays, I'll reiterate again, she's a real K-pop producer. So you should go watch her streams. She knows this stuff a lot better than I do. She's had some awesome placements. All right, here we go. If we process this a little differently, cool. Last thing I'm going to do is I do like these chords, but I feel like they need some weight to them. So I think I'm just going to put like a piano here. Very, very easy, like a straight up traditional piano. Let's get the piano chords on here. Getting the groove, Taetro. Thank you. It is a reason I don't often make this kind of music on stream is because of how meticulous you have to be. I can get to a finished product a lot slower, I'll say that, in this genre, but that's probably specific to me. Other producers could probably work much faster at this. So again, yeah, just layering in a traditional piano here. I have to fix this velocity. It's okay if they have uniform velocity, so I just push it all the way up and then bring it back down. Cool. Make sure we don't have that hit at the end. Let's widen the heck out of this. Okay, so yeah, that's coming off of this. All right, let's do a snare fill here, and then we'll call it a day on this section. What do you all think so far? I definitely implore you to check out some real K-pop when you jump off the stream. Check out one of the groups. Like I said, Blackpink's one of my favorite groups. If you like harder hitting stuff, check out the song Kill This Love. They also each are putting out solos, and one of the members, her name is Lisa, just put out a solo. She put out 2 songs, and they're really, really good. One of them is fully in English, and you'll find a lot of English in K-pop, which is cool. While I was talking, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, snare fill. I'm putting this in drum rack because these fills are just super tedious to program. Like, I can't stand doing it, and it's just way easier to play them. Folks are saying definitely getting some Blackpink vibe. Thank you. I think it's like budget Blackpink for sure, but I'm trying to do the best I can. All right, that's what we're doing for that second half. Dun, 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 dun. Not yet. That ending was sus, but I can fix it. And I did not hit record, but I think I can find it all there. Yes, okay. So yes, Tateshi brings up an interesting point. There are a lot of non-Western scales used in especially Blackpink's music. You'll find a lot of like Middle Eastern sounding scales used. Which is kind of cool and distinct. And if you do watch that How You Like That tutorial I showed you, you'll see that they use I'm not even sure what instrument it is, like a bansuri or something sample. It's usually like the second verse ends up having some type of Middle Eastern Arabic scale or something like that. Okay, let's get some kick in here to add some bounce, and I think we need bass there as well. Okay. The connective tissue that could bring this together, of course, being the brass. Need that sustained brass. Close. Here we go. All right. I know what I want to do. Something like that. Gotta work on this for sure, but let's just do this. Anybody recommend some good K-pop resources, please? I can't recommend that tutorial enough. How they made How You Like That. I think it's a deconstructed tutorial by the producer 24. Sorry, let me show the keyboard for this. Wrong note. Here we go. I think that would probably be the way to go if I was gonna go back to that minor sounding thing. Let's go up to that F sharp. And we will go into that. Get rid of that note that I played that was wrong. All right, we're almost back there. Here we go. And that's where we will hit that brass again. I think there's a fair amount of like mixing, especially that needs to be done here. Like it needs way more like, this needs way more like noise and effects happening. Like I'm just gonna start adding shit in here so it will sound epic and big. Not there in the second half. And more risers. All right, more risers. Like this. And I know we have the snare fill and stuff, but I'm also wondering if we just do the same clap thing that we were doing before. Just for fun, just as a placeholder right now. I just want to get back to the hook. That's all I want to do. Boom, boom. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to straight up kill switch these. Boom. Just brass there. Get rid of these synths. Get them out of here. We could probably reverse those pianos too. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Here we go. Good. Get rid of this clap. I'm so close. Here's what I want to do. Duplicate this. Freeze it. Flatten it. Little drum fill. I think K-pop is literally so varied since it's really just pop music made for/by Korean people. So really look for the influence like trap, hip hop, Eastern chords. Yeah, for sure. And that's like what Teddy was talking about in that interview. He's like, what? Why is it K-pop? Like, because we're Korean artists, you know, like it's very, I think, of course, the maker, the person who's making has a lot to do with it. The language that it's in has a lot to do with it, but I know a lot of K-pop that's in English. What does that mean? How's that? That stupid brass thing is annoying. All right, this is a sloppy fill, and I could definitely do better, but we are getting close to the end of our time, so I will just very quickly make sure that doesn't overlap. And, you know, we're just doing a little fill because I want to get back to the riff that we basically never fully realized, but we will now, which is this situation here. I'm basically just going to take the overall feel and groove from that verse section Good, I'm going to copy this section. This is, of course, for the sake of brevity. I know I keep saying that, but just going to go ahead and do that. And we will go ahead and grab that melody that we had, drop it in here. We'll get rid of the other one. All right, but the whole point of this was to have brass here, so let me actually do that. Boom, dang, dang, boom, dang, 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 dang. And we'll do it here. Boom, and you know, so I'm not going to be able to complete this. It would take me probably a couple more hours to really bring this into full fruition. But the whole point of demonstrating as much as I just did was to show the connective tissue between some of the harder sections and some of the more sweet pop sections of K-pop. And I hope I could, in a very what did I do wrong? I hope that I could, in some way, showcase that, even if it was in a very, very basic way throughout the process today. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching and continuing to tune into the ADSR live streams. You know, we are live here every, well, actually many days out of the week. I'm here on Thursdays. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but I'm really trying to get a lower octave. And then paste it in. Is that working the way I want it to? Probably not. All right, yeah, but that, you see where we're going. We are getting this brass section hooked up, hitting back that riff again, that melody, coming to that darker, hard-hitting stuff. I don't know why that's fighting me currently. I think the articulation changed, which Contact does from time to time for no reason. But yeah. Whew. Thanks everybody for watching today. That was a lot to get through in one day. So let's at least play up to that. Leave you with a lack of resolution here. So, hard-hitting intro builds up into a bouncy kind of verse section where you can have a vocal or you could have a rapper. Junji says the wife is super hyped about you making K-pop. Hey, I'm a stan. Woo! And this build-up section. That kick did not belong. And then maybe one day in a future stream, we could kind of complete that hook and fill out this track a little bit more. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Junsang, thank you so much for being here. Most K-pop producers in Korea study all genres. Of course, yeah. We talked about that a little bit earlier, how it's kind of like this combination of all kinds of genres, and you know what makes it K-pop. You have K-pop Korean artists, Korean producers, etc. That often gets it labeled as K-pop, but really it's just fire music. Whether it's drawing from trap, whether it's drawing from pop, whether it's like dance music, it's fire, regardless of where it comes from. I highly recommend some of y'all check out some of Blackpink stuff, one of my favorite groups. Twice, if you like some of the lighter stuff. I really like Twice as well. Actually, if you want to see a crazy production on a track, aespa, aespa, just put out a really, they put out a little mini album, but the single that they dropped for that is crazy production, like insanity. So check that out. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me and working with me as we kind of try to put together a cool K-pop track. This was a lot of fun. I love K-pop. I have a lot to learn about making K-pop, but you know how it goes. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, join our Discord channel if you want to get your music reviewed next week's stream, because we're doing our production challenge as usual. Head over to my channel, youtube.com/Taetro, and subscribe, turn notifications on, because I will be streaming tomorrow on my channel, and I will also be giving away some plugins to some lucky viewers. So tune in for that. Making Lo-Fi on the stream tomorrow, giving away plugins, youtube.com/Taetro, Taetro. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. This channel will be live again tomorrow as well with Alina Smith, a way more advanced K-pop producer than me. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you, Wislow. Glad you could tune in here at the end. What makes K-pop awesome? Short answer, talent. 100%. 110%. Thank you all so much for watching. Go listen to some K-pop. That's going to be it. This has been Taetro for ADSR. Have a good one.